All right, I think we're live.
I always wait till the video loads on my screen just to make sure that everything's all right. There it is. Well, welcome to Beards, Tattoos, and Video Games, episode 1.5. If
Since we lost our pilot episode.
yeah, if you weren't here watching live last week, odds are you'll never see the first episode. So if you were here with us last week, congratulations. You're the only people that saw it and the only people that got to listen to it.
Yeah,
So
I thought it was a pretty good episode last week. I really enjoyed it.
yeah, it was good. I mean, yeah.
It was good. We learned a lot. It was our first broadcasted episode, so
Yeah.
you know,
I had fun.
you learn a lot from that stuff.
My room's a mess.
Yeah, mine too. That's all right. Whatever. At least I
Anyway.
got my cool posters back there. That's all that really matters.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm your host, the party train, Bobby Wilson, and joining us from Skype is my main man, Spencer.
Hi everybody. I'm Spencer One. I've got a pretty
Spencer One.
obvious
Yeah.
secret name.
Yeah.
Spencer One. Spencer. That's all the same.
And as you've noticed, to my left, there's a person missing. He is not with us today. He is out sick. So we're gonna roll without him today. He'll be back with us next week.
Get down with the sickness, Bobby.
How was your week, Spencer?
My week was fun. I got to work a lot and not have a lot of time playing video games. I did beat Life is Strange episode 1, which we'll talk about later on in the show. It's a good game. It's fun. And then got to play a little bit of Dying Light, which I know that's what you did all week long, was Dying Light. Lots of streams of Dying Light.
And I still didn't get through the storyline. I think I think I just spent too much time doing little side stuff, picking too many locks, opening too many crates. You'd be surprised at how many crates you find in that damn game.
There's a lot of crates. I have a hard time with the hard crates. That's what I have a hard time with.
Yeah, they're tricky. You gotta finagle it in the right angle.
Yeah, I'm bad at that. I'm really bad at that.
Yeah, it's all right.
So news. What do we got this week in video game news? Anything cool that you've heard about?
Well, this week, Mortal Kombat revealed 2 new fighters. They revealed Reptile and Ermac. Ermac was the other one. So there's a total of 14 that they have right now.
14 new characters or just
14
characters in total?
Yeah, 14 total. Ermac.
Cool.
Ermac and Reptile were announced last week, or I guess Tuesday. So now there's Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Cassie Cage, Devora, Kotal Khan, Farah and Tor, Raiden, Kano, Reptile, Katana, Kung Lao, Quan Chi, Goro, and Ermac are the 14 announced characters.
That sounds really fun. I'm kind of excited for Mortal Kombat X. I'm not sure if I'm going to pre-order it or not, or wait till it goes on sale. Because it will eventually go on sale.
Yeah.
Since it's just another fighting game.
It will definitely, because it is another fighting game, and nobody can stay with fighting games for very long.
That's true. I tried to play Injustice: Gods Among Us, and I'm so bad at that game. I'm so bad.
Yeah.
The tutorial mission beat me. I didn't know you could die in the tutorial.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fighting game guy. They're fun with other people, with friends, but I can't. They're not like something I play a lot of.
Totally. So I was reading a little bit about I guess, so we all know that Twitch got bought by Amazon earlier last year.
Yeah.
But they came out with a bunch of year-end statistics, which I thought was really cool. So there's this whole article about, how many people are viewing it and how many broadcasters there are. I'll just go over a couple of these statistics. There's 100 million people watching Twitch every month, which is awesome. That's 100 million people.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot more than some shows can even account for. There's 16 billion minutes. Yeah. 16 billion minutes of Twitch broadcasts that people are watching. That's what that equates to, which is 1.5 million unique broadcasters every month, equating to 11 million video broadcasts from those 1.5 million, which of course we're a part of. I like being a part of that statistic. There's 10,000 partner channels and 1 million peak concurrent viewers at one point in time last year. So 1 million people were watching Twitch at one time, which I'm
That's
pretty sure that was during the worlds of LCS.
yeah, I'd say I know that that other MOBA.
Dota.
No, not Dota.
Dota.
The other one that's big right now. Smite.
Yeah, Smite's been getting really big.
Yeah, I know.
Lately.
Smite just had their. It was like a $10 million tournament or something a few weeks ago, so I know that they got a lot of attention for that. And
yeah.
Smite's coming to Xbox One. So
really?
Yeah, it's
I mean, I guess
right
that would
now.
make sense as like it's almost like a MOBA that's like World of Warcraft since you're third person
Yeah.
and not like top down view. I don't know. That's interesting. Coming to Xbox One.
Yeah.
I might play it if it comes to Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean, if I had an Xbox, I'd probably do it, but
I know me and Flankton were trying to play it. I couldn't get into it. I felt like it was kind of cheesy, but you know, it was fun regardless.
I've never actually tried it.
Okay, well, you should try it. The other thing that was in that article is they were talking about how Twitch, after getting acquired by Amazon, then they went and did their own acquisition of Good Game Agency, which that Good Game Agency represents EG, Evil Geniuses, Alliance HyperX, the Dota 2, FIFA, and League of Legends, which I think is now Team Liquid, right?
Team Liquid was Curse.
Isn't that Alliance? Curse. Okay, well, who was Alliance then?
Alliance,
Why am I totally spacing on
Elements.
this? Elements. Okay. So anyway, Good Game Agency does that and also puts on the Dota 2 League, the entire thing. So Twitch actually just bought Good Game Agency. They did that acquisition, which I think is an interesting move on Twitch's part. What they were talking about is the reason why they did this acquisition is because they want to have a new way for partnered streamers to monetize better through their relationship with Good Game, which I think is a cool thing for partnered streamers. To be able to instead of signing just an exclusivity thing with I'm only going to broadcast on Twitch, they sign a Good Game Agency thing instead, where they can broadcast still on Azubu, MLG, and Twitch, even though it is purchased by Twitch. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely
good acquisition, Twitch.
Definitely. Sorry, I got distracted by the chat again. It helps broaden the horizon of this whole streaming generation we're getting into. It seems like everybody's streaming all the time, different games. Just and crazy to think that I actually sit here in hours on Twitch just watching other people play games.
It's true, and then you play games yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's some really cool stuff going on in the stream world. On that article, it showed some charts and graphs, which I like charts and graphs because I play Eve,
You and your charts.
Me and my charts and spreadsheets online. But it basically showed the trends of how many people are watching, and it just continuously is going up. And there's basically no ceiling to it right now. With streaming games,
we're not gonna hit a ceiling with this for anytime soon.
Yeah. So I just thought it was a cool article. I just wanted to mention it, and good going Twitch on the purchase of Good Games Agency, and all those statistics. I can't wait to see what 2015 is going to bring in for Twitch and what's happening with the streaming industry.
Oh yeah. Well, back to PlayStation news. Sony teases Metal Gear Rising sequel at 2015 Taipei Game Show. So
I saw that the big 2 number.
Yeah,
the
2. Yeah, the metal but they had in the Metal Gear Rising font. So that's their big teaser.
So I played through Metal Gear Rising a little bit. I had a hard time getting down the controls, and a lot of the counterattacks you had to listen for audio cues for the counterattacks. I kept wiping on one boss until I turned down the music track all the way and listened for like a swing sound, and then I could counter the attack. Anyway, I like that game. I thought it was fun. It's a unique kind of slash attack game for the Metal Gear series.
I feel like they shouldn't have branded it as Metal Gear. I feel
No,
like
they
they
shouldn't
should have changed the name somehow. But I realized that Raiden's from Metal Gear series, so it makes sense. But it didn't make sense with the type of game that it was. So
Yeah, it should have been like Raiden Gear Solid. Done. I'd have been set.
Yeah.
Any other cool news you found out about?
Sony announced they have a partnership with Spotify.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Spotify's coming to PS4 and I assume PS3. I don't know about Vita because Sony's really good at leaving Vita out of everything.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I have a Vita and I only use it to stream my PS4 games down to my bedroom at night when I'm about to sleep.
I have been playing a lot of Guacamelee on my Vita recently, so
yes, the Guacamelee.
it's a great
That's
game.
great.
Yeah. Also, they Video Unlimited is joining the PSN Inner Circle.
So Video Unlimited is their is Sony's Netflix kind of?
Yeah, they're just rebranding it is what it sounds like. Kind of like what they did with PlayStation TV. In Japan, it was called Vita TV, but they rebranded it when they brought it over to PlayStation TV. And I don't think that that's doing so hot right now.
I have a PlayStation TV. It's somewhere on the floor in my room.
Nice.
Not even hooked up to my HDMI. And last time I tried to stream my PS4 game to it, I had 6 seconds of latency. So I was very dissatisfied with the PS TV. I was on sale for $60 the other day, though, instead of $100. I did see that.
Well, hello there, Quickscope Con. Thank you for joining us today. Also, last thing that I've got really is
What's up, everybody? Damien here with IGN News.
Got Damien talking from IGN News. Stop doing that. The PlayStation Plus games this month, the month of February.
That's right. They did get announced the other day.
Yep. For PS4, you're gonna get Transistor and Apotheon. I don't know what Apotheon is, but Transistor is a great game. I bought that game. If you have
it on my Steam.
Yeah, if you have PS4 or Steam, you should definitely pick up Transistor. That's a great game. And for the PS3, free this month is Yakuza 4 and Thief. And for the Vita, Rogue Legacy and Kick and Fennec. Rogue Legacy is also a great game, and I believe that's a cross-buy. So if you got it for free on PS Vita, you also get it on PS4 and PS3.
Cool.
I believe, but it might be because it's a free PSN game on the Vita that it may not transfer over. Don't quote me on that, but it's a cross-buy if you bought it regularly. So I assume that it's just gonna roll over with the cross-buy.
That's awesome. I played a little bit of Thief. I got it when it first came out. I got it on sale on Green Man Gaming for like $30 or something. It was like half off, and I felt like they were trying to take a series that worked and just do the same thing with it, but it didn't work with new graphics. I don't know.
Yeah, I got Thief for PS4 right with the day it came out. I was very disappointed. I'll just leave it at that. It was very disappointing. It was kind of boring.
That was my take on it as well. Kind of boring. I mean, I might play it if it's free, you know?
Yeah. But like I already bought it, so it's
yeah.
I already have it on PS4. There's no way I'm gonna download it on my PS3.
Yeah. Cool. Well, LCS. Any what did you think of yesterday's matches? Did you get to watch any of them?
I didn't get to watch them. I worked all day yesterday, so didn't get to watch any of the games. So I honestly I'm way out of the loop. So I hope you have some news because I would like to hear about it.
You know, I watched a couple of the matches. I think my favorite match was the TSM Winter Fox game, just because TSM annihilated. It was pretty awesome to see that. I was going for TSM on my Fantasy LCS this week, so I had 3 TSM members on Fantasy LCS.
Did the Burger King give you a lot of points this week? I hope he did.
I didn't. Okay, I don't have him. Who has him? I think Maggie.
I have Bjergsen.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Yeah, he got you 41 points this week.
Nice.
So.
No, just
Anyway,
Dignitas didn't suck. God damn it.
Yeah, Dignitas lost to Gravity, which was sad.
I don't want to talk about it.
I know the games are going on right now. Dignitas just lost again. Yeah, they just lost their game an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
I don't want to talk about it. So they're 1-3? 1-3 now? God damn it.
Something like that. Anyway, yeah, I didn't really get a chance to watch it. I wish Flankton was here because he actually watched all the games. Another fun upset game from yesterday was the Teammate versus Coast, where you know how Coast's strategy is to win until they lose?
Yeah.
That happened yesterday. So they were winning until they lost.
Was it another Baron call?
It was, yeah, kind of. I don't know. It was a really good game. It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of pushing in on towers and inhib turrets. And anyway, it was a fun game to watch. I know Super Bowl's going on today, of course, Super Bowl Sunday. Don't make fun of me and don't troll me, Bobby. Don't do it.
One and done. That's what I say. I already trolled you about the Super Bowl. We're moving on.
Yeah, that's true. Well, so I didn't really get to watch it. Maybe Flankton can talk more about it next week.
Yeah, maybe he'll be able to bring us up to speed next week about it. Like I said, I worked all day yesterday, and today I was trying really, really hard to finish Dying Light's story. I'm really, really close, but never got to finish it.
Yeah, it has 11 major story chapters, so depending on where you are in that, that's how close you are.
I have no idea.
That?
I'd have to look up all the story chapters.
I was reading another interesting thing about kind of LCS or esports in general, where Snoopy did an AMA on Reddit the other day.
Oh yes, I heard about that.
So he played in season 2 LCS Worlds, and anyway, so he quit doing professional gaming and kind of was focusing on the business side of it. And he was talking about player representation and how there's some esports players in games who are super underrepresented, which I think is interesting, his take on it, where he's talking about maybe in the future starting a players union, just like how there's union for the rights and money and everything for regular sports. It probably should be the same thing in esports eventually. Because there's nothing out there like that right now. I just thought it was interesting.
I could totally see us going in that direction. I think that it wouldn't hurt anything. The only thing it would hurt are the actual gaming companies themselves. I feel like they're going to try to fight it because they don't want to do it. They're not going to want to. Yeah. They're not going to want to have to pay somebody a certain amount of money and have to. No matter what, like everybody gets a certain amount of money, a minimum, and a maximum for a certain many years or whatever it is, I don't know what the deal is going to be.
Well, because there's some people in esports who are getting paid like $180,000 a year as salary to play, or there's some who it's like, you don't really have a backup, you just have to win tournaments. And exactly. I think somebody fighting for the small fry would be awesome.
I agree. And if Snoopy leads the way, then I'm sure he'll get a lot of steam because he's a very likable person.
Totally. So anyway, that was my cool news story that went along with LCS.
Well, I mean, yeah, it'll be we'll see. Esports is definitely going into a different direction than I was expecting.
Well, I mean, HBO picked up on esports this year, ESPN, X Games. I mean, esports is getting out there. It's getting huge.
X Games.
Yeah, X Games esports.
What? I saw that and I was like, blew my mind. Like, I never saw that coming.
It's so cool. I'm stoked. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's our news segment, right? That's everything there.
I believe so.
You got anything else?
Not that I can.
No more news.
Think of. No. So let's move into. What do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Dying Light, or do you want to talk about Life is Strange?
Let's do Life is Strange. That's the shorter segment.
All right,
why not?
There we go.
Life is Strange. this game is really cool. It's Square Enix's take on a Telltale style game where it's going to be done in 5 chapters. So they just released the first chapter on Friday, and it was only 2 or 3 hours of gameplay, but the storyline is really cool. The music is great. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Where it's almost like a slice of life anime style with superpowers, and I don't know. I liked it. For someone, if somebody isn't a serious avid gamer, which like my fiance, she picks up Super Mario Brothers and plays that. This was a game that she could actually pick up and get into and play and enjoy the storyline, which I thought was great. Pretty cool. I did a my fiance plays episode 1 stream last night.
I tuned in for a second, but I think I was at work when she was playing, so I didn't really get to watch anything that was happening, it was like in the game.
8 or 9 at night.
And
but
actually, I almost ruined the whole story for myself because I tuned into your stream, and then 20 minutes later, I talked to you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I just finished it." And I was like, "Oh, good thing I didn't actually pay attention to what you were doing because I would have ruined everything." Because I want to play it.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, use my Steam. Do it. You have my Steam, right?
I do not. We still need to do that.
Okay. All right. Well, it's on my Steam account, so anybody who is in this chat right now can probably use it. But yeah, it was a great game. Cool interaction. There's a lot of inner monologue stuff. So if you like inner monologue, and it's almost like reading a book where it's like what's happening with the characters' inner self and dialogue and inner struggles, that's cool. She's a little nosy. That's one thing. She's really nosy. You walk into there's one part. I'm not going to ruin anything, I don't think. There's one part where you walk into this chick's room, and there's a pregnancy test on the floor, and it's like you can either look at the pregnancy test or you can pick it up and be like, "Oh, look, a pregnancy test. This is my friend's piss on this thing." And then your friend gets all mad, and then you can't even pick up the flash drive that you need to get out of that room. Because she's just so pissed off. It's like, just get out. Why'd you get into my stuff? Anyway, so it's a little teenage angsty, high school drama. There's this one chick who has this pixie cut who's a total bitch the entire time. And you can fuck with her photos and do a middle finger. It's great. It's really fun. I suggest anyone to play it because it's super short, really easy. And just fun. That's it. Just play it for the story. That's all that it is. Try to get all the extra selfies. You have to take selfies in it, and that's how you get achievements.
Selfies
and superpowers. Selfies and superpowers. That's right.
Come on.
I give it. I forget what was our ratings.
So our rating system goes: a 0 would be a baby face, 1 is a Hitler stash, 2 is a Butler stash, 3 is the Selic, 4 is the evil twin mustache, 5 is a Mongolian warlord, 6 is the sea captain beard, 7 is a lumberjack beard, 8 is the grandpa beard, 9 is a wizard, and 10 is a super wizard. And if you want to give it a half a point, you'd say, and with some fuzz.
Okay, I gave it a grandpa beard with some fuzz for episode 1. There's not a lot of action that happens. They're hinting at what is going to happen later. So it's definitely an intro story to it. So grandpa beard with some fuzz is my rating for it.
Yeah, so not bad.
Yeah.
In case you're just tuning in, that would be an 8.5. That's pretty.
8.5.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, grandpa beard with some fuzz. Pick it up. Life is strange. It's fun.
I realized what we didn't talk about in our little news segment is there's a Chinese team in League of Legends that has a female player, and she is the only professional League of Legends player that is a female.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that they're called the Hong Kong something. So, I mean, they got that going for them, and they got a lot of attention this last week because of this female player. I don't know where she plays. I don't know what role she's doing, but she's definitely in the game.
Well, way to go, China! First female player in the LCS. All right. That's great though. That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
like we talked about earlier, lots of stuff happening in esports.
Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of about time at this point. Like, I don't think there are any real girl professional players that get a lot of attention or any attention at all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, unless you have a stream and then show your boobies. But that's not professional gaming.
This one is a full sleeve of Adventure Time themed stuff.
Adventure Time.
Yeah, you probably can't see it very well, but yeah, I think Finn's right there. Ice King, Jake, Candy Kingdom, Lumpy Space Princess, Peppermint Butler. Got all the guys.
I need to get some tattoos, Bobby.
Yeah, for the show to work, you're gonna have to.
Yeah. I got the beard. The beard is great.
Yeah.
I like my beard. But I love your tattoos, man.
Yeah.
They're delightfully nerdy.
All right, well, let's get into Dying Light.
Yeah, this is your jam, man.
Yeah. This week it's been
obviously.
My jam. Yeah. Well, we'll just start with the premise of the game. His name is Kyle Crane. And he works for a company called the GRE, the Global, I forgot, the GRE. We'll just go with the GRE because they don't actually say it a whole lot in the game, so I don't know. You get parachuted into this city where there's been a quarantine on the whole city, and it's a zombie outbreak. And you're sent there to get a file. You don't know what's on the file. They just ask you, you're hired by the GRE to go get the file. So you get jumped into this city, dropped off, and you get bitten by a zombie right off the bat. So the whole time in the game, you're actually fighting the infection while fighting the infected and other people. So yeah, that's basically the whole premise of the game. Is the whole time you're trying to find this file, and you're fighting infected, and
so zombies.
Yeah, zombies, of course. Dying Light zombies.
I felt like, since it's made by Techland, I don't know if I felt like it was like a better skinned Dead Island at first.
Yeah, I could see that. It was Dead Island meets Mirror's Edge splashed into next gen
with
consoles.
A little Assassin's Creed in there, maybe. Yeah. That was my thought on it.
I wouldn't say that it's overpriced, but it's definitely a game that you're gonna have to. I don't know. I'd look into it first, like watch other people play it, because it's definitely a game that you're gonna have to be into to play. Otherwise, you're gonna waste your money buying it.
So I love doing side quests, and since we were trying to beat the game for the show, I was just doing storyline, and it was so difficult for me not to do side quests.
Yeah, and a lot of the side quests actually intertwine with the main story, is what I found. So it's almost like you have to do the side quests as you go, but I bailed on them to try to finish the game. But there was a side quest where you had to get medicine for somebody after something happened. I don't want no spoilers. So you have to go get medicine for him, and you do it, and I didn't even realize it was a side quest until I finished. I just thought it was like another quest in the storyline because he was sick, so you needed to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's just interesting that they intertwine the side quests with the main quests on accident.
I like that
without even realizing that I'm doing it. Yeah.
By the way, hi Luca.
Yeah.
Luca told me to call her Luca, him, Luca. I don't know. Call you Luca. Hi Luca. Yeah. Anyway, Dying Light it's fun. At first I thought the controls were a little weird for it, where it's like you couldn't push A to actually jump.
Oh God. Yeah, that took a lot of getting used to.
But yeah, I mean, right bumper I guess works unless you did another preset where it's right trigger. But it's either only right bumper or right trigger. There's no pushing A to jump,
Yeah.
which I thought was a little strange.
It definitely took getting used to if you use R1, not right bumper, to jump and grab things, and X or A in your case was like a sonar that went across the ground and it showed you where items were. So that was it took really long time to get used to that.
Totally. Yeah, that was strange. I just thought, you know, it's another sandbox style game almost, where it's like you run around a city, do a bunch of side quests, pick up a bunch of items, do stuff for people, do missions, run back to your quest base, and then go back out and do the main mission for a little bit, and then keep doing side quests. I I like it. I'm a fan of Assassin's Creed, and that's probably my most played franchise that I've bought every single one of. But I don't know. Is it getting tired of that style of game? I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like, if it's an original story and they have like original things going on, like this game, for instance, where you have the whole parkour thing intertwined with just the zombie aspect of everything. So you have like all these crazy things you can jump onto, jump off of, jump into, and you have all these weird abilities later on that you use like the parkour. And I mean that made it original sandbox for me. But I don't know, because you have to think that Bethesda's working on a new Fallout. Like, I don't know what else they'd be doing other than Doom, which haven't heard any news on that, so I don't even know if they're still going to do that game or not. Because usually, if you don't hear anything about a game for a long time, it's because they bailed on it, and we'll hear about it later on how it was canceled. But I don't know any other real sandboxes that are coming out. I mean, other than I assume E3 this year you will see at least a Fallout teaser.
Yep. Lots of. I hope so. I played through a couple of the Fallouts, at least the newer ones. I couldn't get into the older ones, but yeah, we'll see what comes out. I'm excited for announcements. Who knows? We might even get popular enough to be at E3 this year. Ooh.
Yeah, so everybody tell your friends. We want to go to E3. Blow us up. But
yeah, totally.
Graphically, this game is gorgeous. I would say that it's top tier, but not master tier. There are a lot of times where I don't know if it's just later on in the game. I didn't really notice it early in the game, but the frame rate will jump to 60 frames and then back down. I'm not going to say it's 30 frames because I couldn't tell you the difference between 60 and 50 frames per second on a game. Honestly, you can just tell that it goes from really, really smooth to pretty smooth. The environment.
This is why I played on PC.
Yeah. So. Which, yeah, you probably don't ever have that issue. So, I mean, maybe it's just a PlayStation thing. It could be.
I don't know.
Later on in the game, it felt like it became harder to pick up items. Like, you had to be in a certain angle looking at them. So it almost felt like at the end of the game, it kind of felt like they were rushing it. So they didn't actually get to like load in and do all the things that they wanted to do, maybe. Because it just feels like when you're doing some things like grabbing onto a ledge, it's more difficult later on in the game than it was earlier in the game. And I don't know if that's because I'm retarded or if the game just wasn't polished at the end. Like,
where it's like they have all these ledges you can grab onto and ways you can move at the beginning of the game, but at the end of it they forgot to texture that ledge where it has a grab on little snap too, right?
Well, it's all textured. It's just when you hold the button to grab it, sometimes you just don't grab it, and then you'll do the same ledge after you died and fell to your death and respawned, and then you go back to the same ledge and then you grab it. So I don't know. It's just weird little things like that I felt. The end of the game just kind of feels rushed at this point.
Yeah, I got through mission 4 or 5. I passed the school, and I think I'm on mission 6 right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know the mission numbers.
Yeah, but I guess there's 11 missions, so I'm almost halfway done with the game or something like that. I've got a lot more to play through, but I mean, overall, it's fun. I enjoy going around and picking up side quests. I'm not tired of it yet, you know.
Yeah, like I was concerned about that. Is like with Dead Island, I got kind of bored with the game really fast. It was slow. This game's not as slow, and it's kind of ever changing. If you die in a spot and you run back to that spot, the zombies that were there are different zombies. So that's pretty cool. Is the fact that it doesn't just sit there and load the same things over and over again. And there were only a couple glitches that I found that, I mean, they weren't game breaking. Like, nothing happened in the game that I thought the glitch ruined the game. Like, there was one where I jumped out of a safe house and there were just a bunch of items floating. But I just, yeah, they're just floating in the air right above me, and I was like, oh, okay. So I just grabbed them all, and then there were like some little like texture things. There was numbers on a wall, and the wall was kind of like, the numbers were going in and out of the wall, it looked like. So, I mean, nothing game breaking, but it was just like little things. Like I said, like as the game progressed, it just felt like they rushed the ending. Which, I mean, it could be. Was this game delayed from its original launch?
I'm not sure. Was it supposed to come out in November, maybe with the rest of the games? I'm not sure.
Let me check really quick, because if they did delay it, I could see. Yeah, it was delayed.
Okay.
They may have delayed it because they didn't get it finished, and maybe they just didn't catch these little things that I'm talking about when they went back through to try to fix what they needed to fix at the end of the game. But like I said, it's nothing game breaking, and it's really not that big a deal. It's just minor.
I think we would be great beta testers, right?
Yeah.
if you're a game development company and want to hand us some beta keys for stuff, we'd gladly test it out for you and find all the glitches. Totally.
I've been invited to a lot of betas though, so just keep that rolling.
Yeah, right.
What else is there to talk about this game?
The PC or the companion app for mobile that we just found last night.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know about this until you said something.
Yeah, they definitely
it's not broadcasted in the game. There's nothing there.
Yeah, they definitely hid that. So there's a companion app that you can get for iOS and Android devices that you actually here. I'll open it up real quick. You actually send little companion guys out on missions, and they go get items for you that you can put in a little package in the app and send it to the game and pick it up, and you get the little things. So like, I don't know how well that's gonna come in, but there's like little missions, like the inventory of all the items that I've gotten that I could send to myself in the game, and then the scouts.
There's packages of 20.
The scouts that
packages of 20 is the important thing.
I see. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And then the 2 maps, Old Town and the Slums. So there you go.
See, you just spoiled it. I didn't know there was Old Town. Thanks, companion app, for ruining it for me.
Really? They haven't talked about the Old Town yet in your game?
Nope, not yet.
Oh,
soon.
Well.
Soon, I think.
Spoiler alert. Everybody don't listen to that part unless you played the game.
Yeah. I think it's cool that you can use the companion app on your phone to do that with, and send yourself stuff in game, make it a little easier maybe, craft stuff a little easier. There's been some games that have tried this and have failed with it because you have to buy stuff on the phone app in order to make it easier on the phone so you can get rid of the time delay thing.
You have to buy like you have to spend real money?
Yes, Assassin's Creed
IRL
Unity
money.
mobile app. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity mobile app did that, where you actually had to buy like gold on the app on the mobile platform. It's just Uplay. It's Uplay did that just to try to monetize it and make more money. But I like how Dying Light did this free thing where it's just you can download it, link it to your account, and it is what it is. And you make your in-game money by doing things in the mobile app instead of having to pay to win.
Yeah.
And monetize it. So I like that Dying Light did that. I like that Techland did that with this whole thing. I think it's a solid mobile app and a mobile platform that can increase your gameplay experience by a lot. I think it's great.
Yeah, I just wish that they would have, advertised it a little more. Because like we found out about it last night at what 10 o'clock last night when I was playing, and a little scroll thing at the bottom of the screen on the main menu of Dying Light came up, and it said download the companion app. It's like why wouldn't you like tell people about that? I never heard about I never heard about it on IGN. Kotaku never talked about it.
How did you find it?
It popped up as the little like scrolly bar at the bottom of this main menu on Dying Light. Like they talk about little
what?
Yeah, they talk about little stuff that's going on in the game, and it's like a little ticker, and yeah, it just said download the companion app, and I was like, oh, what's that? So I downloaded it, and it was all this really cool thing that they should be telling a lot of people about, because it's actually really cool. So
I totally agree. It's a great companion app. So if you're gonna play Dying Light, make sure you use your phone along with it, because it's great.
Yeah, download the companion app, get free stuff, get free money, help yourself out in the game.
Totally. Any other thoughts on this game? Like any other cool features that you can think of off the top of your head?
One thing that's really annoying is the zombie hitbox. That's pretty irritating. They have a giant hitbox, so even if you're pretty far away, they still hit you. Like the guys with the giant rebar cement smashing things that you're 20 feet away from them and they can still hit you.
Yeah, that's a little annoying. But you can always jump back. You got your R bumper to jump from dodge, and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Which I like.
The dodge mechanic's nice, so make sure you get that. I know it sounds silly, but in your little trees, definitely get the dodge mechanic.
Yeah. So, how many beards do you give this, or what beard rating do you give this?
Without seeing the ending of the story, which could very well change my opinion of the game if it's a bad ending, I may not like the game at all after this. But right now, I'd probably give it a Grandpa Beard with some fuzz.
Grandpa Beard with some fuzz, another 8.5, huh?
I mean, it's definitely not perfect, and there are little problems, and the zombie hitbox is annoying. But I mean, overall, it's a great game. It's a lot of fun.
It's pretty.
Running around smashing zombies. The gore aspect of the game is great.
Oh my god, I was in the school, and I was just the juxtaposition of like classroom with these zombies running at me and then blood splattering everywhere.
Yeah.
I got a little gored out by it. It was really gory, and I don't normally like notice that kind of thing, but it got to me a little bit. I'm like, man, this is a gnarly fucking game.
Yeah, and you can literally hack dudes in half. You can cut them in half. You can cut their arms off, their legs off, their heads off. Like, everything's fair game. Everything's coming off.
It was fun. I've been enjoying it so far, and of course you can continue watching Party Train today. Most likely beat the game. If you want some spoilers, by all means, keep watching Party Train today.
Yeah, I'll hopefully be able to finish it. I mean, right now, according to my my TV, I'm at 81% completion. So
nice.
Yeah,
that's great. So Grandpa Beard with some fuzz, Dying Light. That's what that is. And then we talked about Life is Strange earlier. Grandpa Beard with some fuzz as well, another 8.5. So it's been a good week in games.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna play next week if I get to finish this game.
Well, GTA 5 comes out today or tomorrow or the next day, right?
for PC.
For PC, grab an Xbox controller and plug it in, or grab your PlayStation controller and plug it in. PC Master Race, man.
Shut the fuck up. Well,
Cool.
I think that's pretty much all I've got.
Yeah.
March 24th is GTA 5.
March 24th.
That's what.
Oh.
That's what
Really?
Skull Basher Gaming has said.
Well, that's a long ways off. That makes me sad.
Yeah, that's
I think
another 2 months.
Yeah, February
Almost.
10th is Evolve, which I'm not very excited about from our review from last week. Let me just touch on this again.
I was gonna say, refresh us real quick because that episode has been lost forever.
Okay, so Flankton, our other stream partner here at Beards, Tattoos, and Video Games, Nate, he was watching streams of it and said it looks pretty cool. This week, that's what he was saying. But last week when I played the beta for it, I don't know if there's supposed to be more storyline or what, but I was just dissatisfied with it. I'm tired of this Titanfall style of just only multiplayer. There's no storyline to it, which is actually what I like about Dying Light, is you can decide to do just the monster versus human multiplayer, or you can do the storyline. Like, there's both there. There's both aspects of it. I totally agree with it. So if you want to play Evolve, just get Dying Light and play the multiplayer, and you have Evolve right there. Because this week I played a little bit of it. I think we didn't touch on that. Is the Be the Zombie? Have you tried any of that yet, Bobby?
I have not. I wanted to finich the game.
Oh man, it's so much fun.
Review.
It is so much fun.
I was just gonna say, I definitely need to do that still.
Zombies are so overpowered, it's ridiculous. But then there's stuff that the humans can do, like UV lights drains your energy so fast where like you can't even run, you can't do anything as a zombie at that point. But it's really cool. If you want to play Evolve, don't get Evolve, just get Dying Light instead. That's my take on it. Because you can do the exact same thing. You can be the fucking monster, and you can fight against the humans. You can be the humans, you can fight against the monster. It's the same thing. I'm very animated about Evolve because I just completely disagree with that. This is supposed to be the cool next-gen game. It doesn't even have a storyline. Why are you the monster? Why are you the humans? What's the point? There is no fucking point.
It would be funny if they made you eat your words after launch. There was actually a real storyline in the background.
Okay,
if
there is, I'll find out on February 10th if there's an actual storyline or if it's just multiplayer.
The storyline in the background is irritating, like Titanfall, where there is a storyline, but you have to pay attention to it, and you get loaded into all these multiplayer games, and then they're kind of like talking in the background, and they're like telling you the story of what's happening. But it's like I don't care. I just want to get into a giant robot and smash people.
Yep. Or I just want to be a giant monster and smash people. I mean, that's all that it is. I just disagree that it's $60. I would say, okay, $30 maximum for a multiplayer only game like that. That's it. I don't want to spend more than $30 on that. Give it to me on sale for 50% off. I'll spend $15 on a multiplayer only game. Sure. But $60 for the same price that I could play another game like Dying Light that has a pretty good story to it, that has decent gameplay, that's an 8.5 that we rated it, versus something that's multiplayer only, I just disagree.
Yeah.
Just disagree.
I'm on the same boat. It's just, we need to step away from that. And also to talk about what I'm getting sick of is these chapter games.
Hey,
I'm not going to go into it. I'm just saying it's getting kind of ridiculous.
Okay,
if everybody starts doing
it. Yes. Okay. If everybody starts doing it, but Life is Strange, they made the game to where it's meant to be played in chapters like that. Kind of like Telltale. I agree that Telltale should be probably the only game company that does chapters like that. But if Square Enix wants to jump on that bandwagon for one title, I think that's okay.
Yeah. But
But
the thing with Telltale is they need to fix their games.
They do.
They need to stop making so many games and fix their engine. That's what they should be doing. They need to take a year off, fix the engine, and then release how many games they want to do. Because right now, their games are sketchy.
It's true. I agree. Like they pumped out Game of Thrones and the Borderlands one right back to back, and it's like they didn't have the development teams working on one title. They worked on both, split their teams in half, and then they came out with two kind of shitty games.
Yeah, and that's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in an age where that's just unacceptable to me. Games should work, the engine should be great, and your development team should work on one game, finish it, and then move on to the next game.
Yep.
Speaking of
that's why
Gearbox has announced that they want to start working on Borderlands 3. We're jumping all over the place right now. That just hit my mind, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta say that, because it was announced last Sunday at PAX South, but we were doing our broadcast, so I didn't get to actually know about it until Monday morning when I saw the news. So Gearbox is working on Borderlands 3 for the next gen.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, and in March, like I said in our last broadcast, it's Lost. You get the Borderlands Handsome Jack collection, which is Borderlands 2, the pre-sequel, and all the DLC, which is going to be out on PS4 and Xbox One in March, I believe, is what it was.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So, this week in games, I think iDarb comes out today. It's a platformer that is pretty trippy that Nate had linked to me a couple weeks ago, which I think I'm just gonna do that this week. Is iDarb on Xbox One? Oh, you can't do it, Bobby. You can't do it.
It's just because I can't afford an Xbox One right now. It's not because I don't want one. I'll get one, but it's just not.
I think it's an Xbox One only platformer. This week, SpongeBob Hero Pants comes out on 360, 3DS, and Vita.
Yes, finally.
So you
the
can play
SpongeBob game
SpongeBob
I've been
Hero
waiting
Pants. Death Trap comes out on PC February 4th. I don't know what that is. Apotheon comes out on PS4 on the 5th.
That's gonna be a free game.
Free game. Okay. Maybe we can play that on Friday.
It's the PSN game, one of the PSN games of the month, as I mentioned earlier.
That's right. Okay, so that actually releases on Friday.
I did not know that it was not out yet. So there you go.
It's not out yet. So free game,
free
PS
brand
Plus.
new game for being PSN Plus.
So maybe we can play that next weekend, and then Kick and Fennec comes out on Vita as well on Friday, and that's all the releases for this week. I think I missed Criminal Girls Invite Only on Vita. No idea what that is, but it sounds a little hentai to me.
Kick and Fennec is also a PSN Plus game for Vita.
Okay.
So you get two
brand new games coming out on PS Plus.
For PSN Plus. There you go.
Cool.
That's for you people.
Well, I mean, next week's going to be a fun show. Not a whole lot to do, so might as well beat Dying Light in the meantime and talk about the ending and spoilers and stuff, right? We got a whole week to beat it.
I'll finish Dying Light probably in the next couple days. And then I'll probably move on to The Unfinished Swan. I didn't actually get to play that game when it came out on PS3. And it's out on PS4. And I bought it, so I'm going to finish that, or I'm going to play that.
Okay.
Update.
So you mentioned Gearbox.
I did.
You mentioned Gearbox.
I did.
Okay. Gearbox also acquired the Homeworld IP.
Oh.
Did you ever play Homeworld? Like the best, it won best game in 1999.
No, but you keep telling me about this game.
Oh my God, Homeworld! So Homeworld Remastered, they were I bought it on Amazon when they did a pre-release buy it thing on Amazon last March, like almost a whole year ago now. And now finally they just announced, yeah, we're gonna release it on February 25th. But it's not just Homeworld 1 remastered. We're going to throw in Homeworld 1, Homeworld 2, the original 2 versions with the old school graphics, and then completely redo the multiplayer and release multiplayer beta for everybody who buys it because it was GameSpy and GameSpy is no longer. So everybody who loves Homeworld can now play this amazing RTS in 3D space, and everybody should buy Homeworld. That's where I'm at with it. I cannot wait to play that on February 25th when it comes out. Oh my God.
I do like the fact that they have the old school graphics. I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's on sale right now, 15% off on Steam. So definitely
Nice.
worth the $30. You get 2 games out of it right there. Technically 5 if you count the old school ones and the multiplayer. Since multiplayer is an actual game type now.
Yeah, it's it's not just an add-on anymore. It's the whole game itself.
Uh-huh. So yeah, I think that's everything this week, right?
That's everything I can think of.
Okay. Cool.
So,
well, this show was fun, and I think we have it actually recorded.
yeah.
It's gonna be up on YouTube later. I'm gonna try to get the podcast on iTunes this week, so you can get the audio only if you'd like on iTunes. It'll be on our Twitch past broadcasts.
Yeah, the YouTube video will be up tomorrow for sure. I'll have that definitely done tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do any editing or anything. I'll probably just put it up raw and uncensored, just like we have it now.
That's fine. I think that's great. That's what's awesome about a podcast, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how Tusk came to fruition as a movie.
Yeah. That movie.
Oh God, that movie.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's been Beards, Tattoos, and Video Games, episode 1.5. Because
since we lost our pilot episode,
episode 1 was lost, and it's forever in the internet of the abyss of the internet.
Make sure you check out our streams this week. We got Party Train, P4RTY Train, me, Spenger1, and Flankton isn't here, but Flankton is our other dude bro.
Yeah, he's been in chat.
Helps us out. He's been in chat. He's been helping us out. Keep the chat moderated. All you crazy chatters and viewers. Hey, at least we didn't get Hitlered this week.
Yeah, we didn't get any Twitch trolls this week.
Oh God, here it comes.
We had like real people, so that's nice.
Yeah, thank you all viewers for checking us out this week. Join us next Sunday 3 p.m. for Beards, Tattoos, and Video Game streams throughout the week. It's so much fun. We all just love playing video games and having beards, and I need to get a tattoo.
Hey, come down to Reno. I know a guy can do it.
Okay, sounds good, Bobby. I'll be there later this month.
All right. Well, internet people, looks like we're